This is Caitlin Keitel, and this is my audience.
And then I have my sister and my brother-in-law down here on video conference. Let's see.
Okay, so passion. What does this word mean to you? The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines passion as a strong feeling or emotion. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I am the most passionate about. So I was very fortunate to figure this out when I was only 14 years old. When my great-grandpa had his second stroke, he became immobile and nonverbal. And so this led to my grandma taking him in full-time and becoming his caregiver. And I would go and visit my grandma a lot on the weekends, because when I was 10, we moved an hour away, so it's not like I could go see her whenever I wanted when we were 20 minutes down the road. So on the weekends, I would help her with cooking for him, and I would help feed him, and I would help put his shoes and his socks on, his coat, or I would just sit there and watch old westerns or golf with him. And I absolutely loved it. It made me feel like I had a purpose. So at 18, I became an in-home caregiver. And this got me questioning what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I thought of nursing. I was like, maybe, but no, because math and science, not really my thing. So then I started exploring social work. And I realized that with doing geriatric social work, I would be good to be that companion for the elderly and be that person that they needed to talk to. So with this population, I have found that they're just lonely. They have their families, but their families grow up. They go off to college, and then they get their career. They start their families, and then life just gets really busy from there. So they just need somebody to talk to. And they need somebody to know that, or they need to know that somebody's there and somebody cares about them and wants to listen to them. So I had this one client in particular. I loved him to pieces. And to this day, I still will take my son sometimes and we'll go visit his gravesite. So I remember this one time sitting at the kitchen table with him while he was drinking his coffee and eating his breakfast. And he said to me, he goes, "When is Mike going to be here?" And I kind of played along with him because he had dementia, and so he couldn't remember who Mike was or what he was doing, but he had a son named Mike. And so playing along, I said, "Oh, who's Mike?" And he goes, "Oh, he's our friend. He's about our age." So I looked at him, I said, "Oh, and how old are we?" He goes, "You really don't know? We're 18. And my face lit up because I don't think that he realizes how much joy he brought to my life, and honestly, the impact that he has made on my son as well. So it was at that moment that I knew that this was what I wanted to do with my life. Because I had that feeling of purpose and that passion for working with this community. And if you're lucky enough to find your passion so young, that is fantastic. And if you figure it out later in life, that's great too. But it took me a while I knew this was what I wanted to do growing up, but it took me a while, and now I'm finally there, and I am working towards my bachelor's degree so that I can do this with my life. And so with that, I leave you these two questions. What does passion mean to you? And what is one thing or even two things that you're the most passionate about? Thank you.